it's the War Hipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from Armageddon. Yes, we are back once more with the Orks. Yes, we're back. Here he is. It's the all-new Warboss. Yes, he is big, he is mean, and he is about to be green. And a Goff. Yes, we're painting him up in the colours of the box art. And, well, a massive thank you goes out to Games Workshop for sending me this one early to build up and paint with all of you. And that's exactly what we're going to do, starting now. So he's been primed in Wraithbone. And the colour we're going to be using first is a roughly 2 parts Ork Flesh to 1 part Lahmian Medium mix. And we're just going to apply this all over the top of his skin. Now this is going to be really, really vibrant and very, very green. So we're actually just going to spend a bit of time on the orc skin first. This is yet another orc skin recipe. We've got quite a few of those coming. Courtesy of not Leviathan, it's called Armageddon. So with that Ork Flesh all applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Warboss Green, and we're going to use this over the top of the Ork Flesh on all the kind of flat open areas of all the muscles. With that Warboss Green all applied, we're then going to do a very similar thing, only this time we're going to take some Elysian Green and we're going to do a slightly smaller relayer over the top of all the muscles. And so with that all done, we are then going to take a roughly 1-to-1 mix of Lahmian Medium and Mantis Warriors Green, and we're going to apply this over the top of all the skin. So with that all done, you should have some gorgeous looking orc skin. We're not finished with it. We are going to come back to it a little bit later, and it is still drying at the moment, so we'll deal with that as and when. But what we're going to do now is move on to some other colours. And the colour we're going to be using next is Guilliman Flesh. And we're going to apply this over top of his teeth, his tongue, and his bottom lip. I forgot to press record, because what we're doing is we're taking a roughly 2 parts Cygor Brown to 1 part Lahmian Medium mix, and we're applying this over the top of his trousers and all of his belts. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Ratling Grime, and we're going to apply this over the top of his gloves, and we're also going to apply this over the top of the fur on the inside of the tabard, or tabard as we normally say it. And so with that all done, we're now going to take some Black Legion, and we apply this over the top of a lot of the model. So we're going to be applying this over the top of the boots, We're going to apply this over the top of his shoulders. We're going to apply this over the top of the middle of the banner, but not the kind of tram lines on either side. We're going to apply this over the top of his helmet. As well. And there's a couple of sort of other black details as well that are going on here. So like the big orc face symbol type thing on his chest. This one here. It is going to be black, but it's not going to be this black. So we're going to do a different thing for that. But we are also, I should mention, going to apply this over the top of the outward facing part of the tabard. And the large power cable running up to the axe. Next up, we're going to take some skeleton horde and we're going to apply this over the top of his helmet horns. And there's 2 skulls. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Seraphim Sepia. And we're going to apply this over the top of the shirt. With that all done, our next colour is going to be some Flesh Tearers Red. And we're going to apply this over the top of this little grinning face here on the shooter. We're going to apply this over the top of the middle little panel at the bottom of his back banner. And we're going to apply this over the leftmost panel on his tabard, as well as over the top of those remaining smooth power cables on the axe. And with that all done, we're then going to take some Nazdreg Yellow and we're going to apply this over the top of the rightmost panel down here and the leftmost panel on the banner. And with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Iron Warriors. And we're going to apply this over top of almost all of our remaining details. The only thing we're not really going to be applying this over top of is the stitching at the top of the boss pole on his back. We're also not going to be applying this over top of the tram lines on either side of the banner. But we are just going to apply this over top of everything else that remains. But don't worry, we are going to break this up. So with all of that Iron Warriors applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to add that variation. So we're going to take some Black Templar and we're going to apply this over the top of the skull on his chest, the casing of the chainsaw bayonet down here, and we're going to apply this over the axe head as well, but not every single panel. So we'll just get this Black Templar on first. so. We are also going to be applying this over the top of this little casing and the stock of the weapon as well. But up here on the axe, we want to apply this over the top of this quarter. Like so. And over the top of this quarter. With that black Templar all applied, we're then going to take some Flesh Tearers Red. And we're going to apply this over top of those 2 remaining quarters on the axe. And we're going to apply it over the top of the petrol can on his back. And then next up we're going to take some Castellax Bronze. We're going to apply this over top of the sort of vent shield here on the gun. Like so. And we're going to apply this over top of the bullets in the mags. And just to break up the metallics just a little bit more, we're going to take some thinned down Runelord Brass and we're going to apply this over top of the horn tips on the helmet. And we're going to apply this over top of the sort of mechanical areas of the axe. Well, not really mechanical areas. I was reaching for a word there. Couldn't think what it was. It's going to be stuff like the little decorative bit that's just here, as well as the coil on the top. And for our final kind of base coat, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Nuln Oil. We're going to apply this over top of this little icon on the helmet, just here. And we're going to apply this over top of the trap lines. And so with that all done, we are now going to take some Agrax Earthshade. And we're going to apply this over top of all of our remaining metallics. So with that all done, our Warboss is now what I would call a War Hipster battle ready, and he's looking pretty good. However, we're not going to leave him there, of course not. We're going to do this by adding some layers and some highlights. Now, the first of these is going to be a highlight, and it's going to be some thinned down Ogryn Camo. I'm going to use this to highlight the skin. So with that Ogryn Camo all applied, we're then going to take some Volupus Pink, and we're going to apply this over the top of his tongue. And so with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Screaming Skull. I'm going to use this to pick out his teeth, but we're also going to use this to highlight the bones, and we're also going to use this to pick out the stitching at the top of the banner. As well as highlight his shirt as well. So with that all done, we are now going to take a teensy tiny little bit of Evil Sunz Scarlet. I'm going to use this over the top of his eyeball. Just like that. But what we're also going to do with the Evil Sunz Scarlet is we're going to use this to highlight all the red details. And with that Evil Sunz Scarlet all applied, we then take a teensy tiny little bit of some Cadian Fleshtone and we use this to add some spot highlights to the red. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Skrag Brown. And we're going to use this to highlight all the leather. So with that all done, it is now time to take some thinned down Dawnstone. And we're going to use this to highlight all of the black details that we didn't put black Templar over metallics. So with that all done, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some Karak Stone. I'm going to use this to dry brush over the top of the banner, like that. We're going to dry brush over the top of our Ratling Grime areas as well. And mostly over the top of the bottom of the banner. We're going to be a little bit heavier here. To give it a bit of a sort of raggedy, dirty feel. And with that Karak Stone dry brush all applied, we are then going to take some thinned down Administratum Grey. And we're going to use this as a little spot highlight on the sharpest points of all of those black details. So with that all done, we're now going to do a little bit of freehand. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Corax White to do this. So, the couple of bits that we're going to do is, firstly, on the iron gob here, is we're going to draw in some little kind of awkward teeth marks. So we just want to basically do a little sort of irregular teardrop. Like that sort of thing. And we're going to do 4 of those along the gob. But the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to do some of that checkerboarding. Now the easiest way to do this is to draw out the kind of the sort of structure of it and then block things in rather than try and draw in each individual square. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a little line of this Corax White on this shoulder. It comes down like that. And then what we do is we're going to follow that all the way around, but what we do is then we draw lines across it like this, to start creating the checkerboard. And then we're just going to do the blocking in alternate areas. So, for example, here like that sort of thing. I'm just going to collar that all the way over the shoulder, and then we'll come back. So with that Corax White all applied, we did actually apply it over top of the tram lines and to highlight the little icon on the helmet as well. But as you can see, we've done the rest of our markings here. We've finished the things there, and we've done some up on the axe as well. There you go. Lovely. Right, what we're going to do next is we're going to take a break from doing checkerboard, and we're going to take some thinned down Leadbelcher. I'm going to use this to highlight our Iron Warriors and Black Templar areas. So this is going to be the big skull, the armor on the boots, the gun, etc, etc. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. And we're going to use this to highlight all of our silver details. And with that all done, we then take some thinned down Runelord Brass, and we use this to highlight the Castellax Bronze. And with all that Runelord Brass applied, we then take some thinned down Canoptek Alloy, and we use this to highlight all of our Runelord Brass areas. So going to the axe, for example. And with that all done, just like we did with the Corax White, we're going to do some freehand again, but we're going to do this with some Black Legion this time. And we're going to be doing some checkerboard down the sides of the tram lines and some irregular shaped teeth along this side of the red. It's exactly the same principle as before. We just take a small amount of the Black Legion and draw a line going down the middle. Like this, and then we go across it like that. And we just start blocking in alternate squares. And we are off and running with Armageddon. Our first video is finally done, as is our first model. It's not the first model I painted, but it's the first video we're putting out. It is the Warboss, and I think he's absolutely fantastic. I really like the final result here. The green in particular, I'm especially proud of. It's a little bit more effort, but it's definitely worth it on a centerpiece such as this one. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.